A late 1800s town, anywhere, USA. Like many places throughout history, hunger is as commonplace as the sun and the stars. Timeless and ever-present. Individuals and families alike struggled to feed themselves regularly with nutritious foods so that they, like the most fortunate, can thrive and realize their dreams. You know, it was discovered long ago that by joining together into communities, that many could be fed by bringing together the skills and the knowledge of the community to benefit the masses. A mother, standing at her stove, stirring a pot of watery soup, made from whatever she could find and forage. The weight of the world pushing down on her soul as she desperately tries day in and day out to fill the bellies of her ever-hungry children. Lost in her memories of her late husband, having passed away recently from one of the many diseases that plagued communities during this time. Now, alone and no means to provide for her children, she longs for the days of abundance. As she brings herself back to the present and she asks herself quietly, how will we ever get by? A husband sits quietly, remembering his youth and vigor so many years past when he could provide for his lovely wife with exuberance and stamina. Now he struggles most days to even stand and walk to the dinner table, much less be able to put food on the table. His wife, 10 years his youth but nonetheless far along in her years, she does her best to prepare the meager food they can muster for the only meal they will have this day. She is weak and frail in her own right, but more able than her husband, she contemplates what she can do to bring forth more that could keep them healthy and fend off illness just one more week. Having not been able to have a family, she wonders with ever-pressing urgency who will help, who will provide. A young boy, the eldest of four, not quite 10 years old, hungry and bored, plays in the dirt, wondering as children have always wondered, are we there yet? The boy's father is out looking for anything he can find and forage before the sun sets. The family is alone and have been for the last 4 days. The wagon train they were a part of, moving ever west to new opportunities and the promises of abundance, left them behind when their wagon busted a spoke crossing a river, losing most of their food stocks to the rushing and relentless water of the spring runoff. The young boy thinks if only he had been a bit older, a bit stronger, he would have been able to hold on to the last of the food supplies as it was pulled away from his small hands when the wagon toppled. Having fixed their wheel but losing 2 days' travel, the family rations what they have left, and what is left isn't much and won't last another day's travel. A father walks for what feels like his millionth mile, though really, he's been walking for nearly 3,000 miles over the last few weeks through rough terrain, unrelenting heat, and little food that ran out days ago, but always following the river upstream. The river will bring salvation. He's traveling to his son, a late life reunion that brings hope for forgiveness. Though every town he happens upon he finds only disappointment and derision, he is without money and is not from around these parts, and some folks aren't too kind to strangers. As he trudges towards the next town, his hunger begs him for action. His soul prays for charity. Having gone through the difficult journeys of day-by-day living and the uncertainties of tomorrow, there is always hope. Hope for tomorrow, hope for something better. It's communities like yours that can provide the answer to these scenarios and countless others, where children, individuals, and families, young and old, can find the comfort, the knowledge and the opportunities to provide nutritious, healthy meals for themselves and their families so that they may once again thrive in your community. Because when you're hungry, nothing else matters.